in 5 minutes. So meanwhile you wait, you can also look at the pictures, you know. So you have the mural behind that. One of our students spent 3 hours writing the letters that are behind the picture. So look at them, because otherwise, his name is Kevin. So he spent from 6 in the morning to 9 in the morning painting those for you, okay? 6 in the evening till 9 in the evening, okay. Meanwhile, we wait. How many of you are from Riga? Okay, I know we have Liepaja, we have Jelgava. Do we have any other city? Jurmala, good, very close. Anyway, Wogre, excellent. Any other city? Okay, yes. Everything that we do is recorded.
It's been great, actually. I'm really proud of myself. So, how are you? This is my friend, actually. I brought her today with me. Yeah.
You did such a good job that now we set innovations into some somewhere. So you can like hold them. We have more places still. So there will be nice picture taking during the events. So it's a nice place to have a picture, you know, that you can put in your Facebooks. Yeah. So we still have places. So I think there are 2 places there. Hello. You have 2 places there if you want to look at it. It's better you are on the, because there will be picture taking. Okay, so you want to feel important. You know, if you are on the background. This is a lot about where you have your picture and with whom. Okay, so it's good to have a nice picture of you. Marite, do we start or no? We wait or we start? Okay.
Oh my God, I didn't see that you're that many. Um, yeah, they can move up. They can move up and you have 2 seats here. Can you, please? Ah, you saved a spot. Then you can go there, girls. She saved a spot for someone. For you? Oh, for both of them? Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, we met them yesterday. Oh. In the first gymnasium. Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you feeling?
Great.
Great? You're so energetic. Yeah. So it's late enough, yeah? You have woken up. Yeah? Nice. I'm really happy to see a full classroom. This is one of the auditoriums you will actually have classes in if you end up studying here. I'm very happy to see you here. My name is Elsa. I'm the Bachelor Program Coordinator here. And I wish you a good day. I hope this will be useful for you. Feel free to ask questions. Do not be shy and get the most out of today. You'll be able to meet students, alumni, faculty. Please do not hesitate to ask. Have a good day.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So, my name is Claudio Rivera. It was somewhere in the first slide, but okay. Well, my name is Claudio. I am the director of the program. I started this program as well 6 years ago. Okay. So we were a very little family at that time. Yeah, now it's quite big. So you are going to see some of our more successful BBA graduates as well today. And before I start talking about the program, the school, I want to say that the fact that you are here on Saturday morning, coming to talk about your education, your future education. Okay, how many of you are in the 11 or 10 class? Let's raise your hands. Yeah. So you are looking 2 years from now. So you are very attractive to a lot of organizations because you have the drive. So you really are thinking about that, and that is already a big accomplishment. Your accomplishment, your teacher's accomplishment, your parents' accomplishment, whoever has helped you out during these 11 years. So because you are really thinking 2 years from now. So you are an elite group in the world that is thinking 2 years ahead of time, okay? And that's fantastic. So that's, regardless where you end up studying, that is something you have, and it's a big talent, okay? So I will introduce a little bit what is the school, a bit of the program, then my colleagues will go into the details. So feel free to stop me at any moment. Now, RBS is a very special school, okay? It's very, very special school. So this is the sort of premier place for Riga Technical University. So Riga Technical University has 15,000 students, but this is sort of the small elite boutique school here to get some of the best students. And we started in the 90s. But the bachelor program started in 2012. Now, we offer 3 things, basically. 3, no more than 3. But one is knowledge and skills. So the knowledge and skill that you will need not in the next 2-3 years, but in the next 5 to 10 years. So once you start here, so we are not going to train you, you will have to learn Excel, for example, and other tools. But we are not going to just focus on that. So we are going to focus on the knowledge that you will need from 5 to 10 years, because we are looking at where the world goes, okay? So the world moves very fast. The second one, we offer to you a community. And you see this picture, these are my closest colleagues. But you have those that have been here have seen more pictures. So this is a very small but very strong community. So we have around, I think, 1,800 graduates, 1,800, but they control 70% of the Latvian economy. So why you need more, okay? So, and this is a very small but very tight community. So we really support each other a lot, not only during the studies, but also beyond the studies. So Paula, for sure, is going to talk about the mentoring program that the graduates mentor the students, okay, and they help you out to go in, and we have many of those initiatives. So the community is very important. And the third thing we offer to you is critical thinking. So you have something here called brain. It's brain, you know, it's very powerful if we use it, but many times we don't, okay? So we are going to push your limits that you really use your brain because it's very powerful, okay? And you come up with your own solutions to a lot of different problems. A lot of my graduates right now, they are doing really crazy stuff that they need to explain to me, okay? I remember Carlos Jonas is one of our graduates from this year. And then the day, a week or two before he graduated, he came to me and said, Claudia, I am going to be a speaker in a UX conference. Here you have a 20 years old, 21 years old from Jelgava. He doesn't have 1 degree, talking to someone that has 4 degrees, and telling him, you are going to be a speaker in I am going to be a speaker in a UX conference. I say, what is UX? And then he explained me it's user experience. You don't know? No, I don't. Okay. So and then he showed me the website. So the conference was in Lithuania, and he was going to be one of the speaker features there. And I tell you, what is UX? Could you explain me what is user experience? I think user experience, that he's an expert in user experience. When you go to a website, so in 2 or 3 steps, you have to get whatever you are looking for. That's an example. Or you go to a restaurant, and you find what you actually want to find. So it's how they create the experience to you. And then I asked Jonas, did we really teach you this? I am the director. Did we really teach you? I said, okay, bits and pieces of what the program teach. And then I am in the program. I put them together, and here I am. You see? So this is how the world works. And he's making money with that. Okay, he works for an agency, believe it or not, that the only thing they do is to create user experience to the people. Okay? Now, so this is what we do. Okay? We educate managers, meaning you are not managers. Okay? So you will at some point in your life. That's something that comes, you like it or not. Okay? And it's when you have responsibility. You will have responsibility over people, over money, over projects. It doesn't matter whether they are 2 people or 20 people or 1,000 people, but it's very difficult to be a manager. Okay? That means that it's very difficult to sleep well at night because you don't know what is happening. Okay? So now we train you for those moments, and that also you can enjoy it because there is a lot of nice things about being a manager. Okay, so it would be a failure for us that you come here, we educate you, and you say, I want to leave RBS and business. Okay, if you don't like RBS, okay. But if you say, I don't want to study anymore, I don't want business anymore, then we have failed. Okay, so we want you to actually that you like it. Okay, that you actually get inspired with that. And the second, we create leaders. That is a different story, honestly. So it's not the same a manager as a leader, okay? And if you come in and then you come to my class, I will explain you that, okay? So, but the difference is leaders don't administer, they do new things, and they break the system in a way, okay? It's a different story. So we will inspire you. And some of you will become people that will make changes wherever you go, okay? So the school was started in 1991 after the Soviet Union broke down. So a group of successful Latvian Americans, there are a lot of Latvians out in the world, around 1 million. And many of them are very successful because Latvian people are very industrious. They work hard, they really work hard. So, and a group of American Latvians that were in the United States, they say, what can we do for the country now that it's free? And they were very high into the education area. So they got around $5 million, I believe, or $4 million. And they got the support of the University at Buffalo. That is the University of New York, is a campus called Buffalo. And together with Riga Technical University and the University of Ottawa, they established Riga Business School. At the beginning was to train the managers that were managers already, and they had no clue what to do. You remember, before it was all, nobody managed, I mean, it was a political party managed. So the RBS was going to teach the first business managers. Most of them are still managing, and most of them are in the very top. So whenever you go to a big company in Latvia or in the Baltics, you will find one RBS graduate in the board of directors, okay? And they are coming from RBS. This is how it started. Okay, we have the Latvian accreditation, of course, which is not so difficult to get. And then we have the ICA. It's an international accreditation, okay? That is I believe we are the only one in Latvia to have this one, or maybe there is another one, but I don't know. So this, what means is that international experts come once every 6 years to RBS to see whether we are at the level of international business schools. Now, how many business schools are in the world? Any guess? 200? You are optimistic. 3,000? 15,000 business schools. Okay, so you have to make a difference. You know, in the crowd, you have to make a difference. So there are very few. I think we are around 20 business schools that we have this, or 40. Now, AACSB is the top accreditation. And there you have, I believe, around 1,200 business schools in the world that have this accreditation. Now, the BBA program, the school doesn't, we are members of AACSB, but if you finish in Oslo or you finish in Buffalo, so your diploma has an AACSB accredited diploma. There is no other school in the Baltic state offer AACSB accreditation. Okay. Now, it's a very global community. We don't have many international students. We have international faculty, of course. We have some international students because we don't accept average students, as you know. But we have in these 6 years more than 25 countries already in this house. Okay, it's a very tight community, and you will see that we offer to you a lot of opportunity to go abroad for meaningful experiences, not Erasmus experiences. Okay, the real experience where you really go and you study in a very good place, or you make an internship in summer. Okay, or you go and you sell books in the United States. A lot of our students do that, okay? Or you go for volunteer work. So, but type of international experience that really matter, and then that really increase your value, okay? It's very important that you have global education. So when you are here, the only language you will speak is English. All materials are in English. All lectures are in English. Everything in English, except if you take the Spanish class or the Russian class. Okay, so you have 2 classes that you can take to improve your language skills. Okay, what means alumni? Graduates, yeah? Yeah, okay. So these companies are not our graduates, as you might guess, but most of these companies, I mean, all these companies are our graduates in top senior positions, and there are many, many, many other more, okay? I guess you recognize most of those ones, okay? So there are companies like SAB Bank that they have around 40 managers that graduates from RBS. So imagine if you want to work in SAB, do you think it's going to be difficult to get? No, okay? So that's Air Baltic. Okay, so the vice president for HR, the previous vice president for HR, both. Okay, Deloitte, the director for human resources, Narven's CEO and her daughter. Okay, and so on and so on. You can go, the CEO of Latvenergo, several managers in Lattelecom. So it's this community that is very, very tight. Okay, also that helps you during the study process because you have to study a lot here. It's not about practice only. So you need to study a lot, and then you need to go to this company and do cases and write cases, and you need their help. You have to interview them. So for us, it's a phone call issue, and that's it, okay? I am starting only. I have 15 minutes. Okay. What is this? So there are a lot of surveys. I mean, you know what is a survey? Yeah, when you ask people, what do you think? So there are a lot of surveys where they ask people, the companies, what are the ideal job candidate? And looking at the next 10 years from now, 15 years from now, this is a sort of global standards. So they need people that are intelligent, both that they know theory. Believe me, my friends, if you don't study, Chinese will take you over. Okay? So it's very interesting. I have been this year, I have been teaching in Shanghai, I have been in Oxford. Libraries are full. You go to some university library here are empty. You might get a job now, you will not get it in 5 years. That's the reality. Those people will be much better. So this is why we press on study. We press a lot on study, both at the level of theory, at the level of practice, and our partner universities as well. Honesty is very important. So here you have, we are very strict on academic integrity. So if we get you once doing something in the exam, you understand what I mean? We tell you, and the second times you might be out of the university. Okay? So thanks God we don't have that many people that have done that. So we work a lot on your team and leadership skills. 50% of your homeworks, assignments, etc., are team-based. 50%. What for some people is a real challenge, but then when they finish the program, they said, now I know how to do it. And believe me, companies hire for your hard skills, but they fire you for your lack of soft skills. And they fire a lot of people because they don't know how to work in teams. We want you to be an explorer. So there will be a lot of freedom in the school. Huh? So you will have a lot of assignment where you can do your own stuff as long as the quality is good. Okay? So you will have a lot of freedom in the school, and that's good because we want you to learn, to really look for your own stuff. We will expose you as much as we can to other cultures, because this is how big business. I work for the Foreign Investor Council. Do you know what's that? It gathers 50% of the Latvian taxes. And it's only in 50 hands, basically, 50 companies, around 50, that really gather all the foreign companies with foreign investments. Which is the language you're going to speak there? Which are the nationalities are there? So, and there is the places where you will want to work in the future, okay? We want you to be healthy. And that's not a small detail. If you are very smart, but when you come to work, you're like a zombie, it doesn't work. So we will help you out. So you have a lot of mentoring and help from our side that you really have a healthy life, okay? And you have a balance. This is very important, okay? We want you to be happy at the end of the day. And we will help you a lot and push you to be to take care of other people. Okay, business is to make money, but money is to help other people at the end of the day. Okay, so a lot of the things that we can fly cheap today, we can have this equipment today, we can have a lot of things today because there are a lot of businesses that do it. But the most successful business people, they haven't thought only on profit. They have thought on people first. So what can I do for the people? I want to connect them. I want them to travel. I want them to talk to their family member for free. And there you have WhatsApp and Skype and Ryanair and those cases. They haven't thought first on the profit. So we want you to have that part. So what do we offer? It's one program, but 3 options. And when you come to RBS, you don't need to make up your mind. So you will do it during the first, second year of the university, okay? So you can do 3 years in RBS, and then you will get the RBS degree. That is, you can do 2 years in RBS and 1 year in BI, and my colleague from BI is going to talk about it. And then you have 2 degrees. It's not 1, it's 2 degrees. So 1 from Riga Business School and 1 from BI Norwegian Business School. From those coming here today, Paula Polachenko is a graduate of both schools, okay? Or you can do 3 years in RBS and 1 year in Buffalo, and then you get 2 degrees, okay? So 1 from RBS and 1 from Buffalo. It's much cheaper, as you might understand, than doing the 4 year here or doing the 3 year here. Paula Elksne did that, okay? The 3 years plus the 1, okay? If you ask me what is my favorite, I'm not going to tell you, okay? So when you come here, we are going to talk, and we are going to talk long. And the opportunities are huge, so we are not going to tell you which is yours. So we are going to have a dialogue, okay? And you don't have to have the pressure, oh, yeah, you go there. And you will see that the 3 ones offer a lot of specializations. So we have a lot of people coming, I am a finance people, and end up in marketing. Our marketing people end up in finance. So we don't want to tell you now, where you go. So it's a very broad program, so you have many opportunities. So this is what we do. We give you a solid understanding, means you will need to study. Every course has at least 1 book, and we make sure you read it. And it's for free for you. So no, I cannot pay for it. No, the book is included. Okay, and you have the quiz, so we quiz you on that, and then you have a lot of assignments that are much cooler. Okay, of course. So leadership is for us a priority, so we really push on that, and people really improve a lot, and we want you to be very useful. So analytical skills. I mean, when you graduate here, very few people get out of the school and become manager. Most of them start making analysis of things, okay? And so we want to secure that you can earn your bread and butter. And then we want you to actually understand what all this means. Because if when you finish here, you are worn out, and you say, why I work so much? A lot of people are like that in business. So we know that because we have been teaching business for years. So we want you to be happy with your career, okay? Now, these are the skills, Prasmas, where we work hard. I mean, you work hard, and we push you, okay? So communication is a lot about communication. So it's a lot of emails, Facebook, social networks, team building, how do you do it? Goal setting, so how you fix the goals, how you follow up on the goals. Of course, English, of course, data analysis. So we make you really, we try to help you to be very complete. Okay. Now, I will show you, but Saturday morning I don't want to overwhelm you with the number of subsets, okay? But you will see that you will have in RBS basically three tracks. Some seem more, there are people more on the marketing side, more on the finance side, and more on general management, international business, entrepreneurship, okay? So we have many of our graduates are working in startups. You know what is a startups, okay? But they are the guys, many times they are the founders, but most of the times they are the guys making the founders work well. Because the founder of a startup, they have great ideas, but they are very chaotic. So you need someone behind them that can do the right thing, because otherwise they lose the investors, okay? So if you go to BI, you will be able to choose shipping management, what is a very attractive, very unique specialization. You have finance, you have international business, so you can finish with the RBS specialization and the BI specialization, quite cool. If you go to UB, you have all those concentrations, okay? Good. And this is, every semester is an adventure. You go like one group, okay? It's one group. It's not, I pick this and that, so you will pick your electives, but it's one group. And then you will go especially focusing on those skills in each semester, okay? And I tell you, we follow you up very closely in a very friendly way. So we are not. This is not for you. This is for your parents. They don't understand, most of them, what are you gonna do in the future, okay? So in the past, your parents thought that the best thing you can do in business is to be an accountant, Grammatvedis. Today, Grammatvedis is somewhere there, you know? So you are not going to work as a Grammatvedis, okay? So, but how do I explain to your parents what they are going to do, okay? And say a senior Grammatvedis, you know? So you're a senior accountant, okay? So you're not a bookkeeper, a Grammatvedis bookkeeper. So you're going to be auditors if you want to be an accountant. So these are type of things where you might be in the future, positions, okay? And these are core courses, meaning you cannot escape them, okay? So these are courses that you have to take them. Any one of them you think, oh, I don't know what this could be about. Yeah, it's how it's called, ZPD, right? It's a CPD 100 times more difficult, but more exciting. Okay, so in the sense that you work for something you really like or want. Okay, yeah, good. Other one that seems to be a little bit like.
I don't quite understand the firm.
I neither understand the firm. Actually, this is a creation of my colleagues from BI, okay, and we have adapted, and it's a crazy course. So it's a course where we give you an overview of business and society, and stock market, philosophy, history, everything together, like a borscht soup, you know, but. What basically the course is trying to do, making use the brain differently than you use it in the school. And that is the key, okay? It's a nice one. It's a tough one, okay? It's a nice one, but it's a tough one. Okay, so this is in the third year, as you see. And this is when you know, in companies you have something called board of directors. Basically, those are the people that don't work but make the other people work. You know, they are in the. So those people meet every month or every 2, every 3, and they have to look at business overall. So that takes a lot of responsibility, and there are a lot of small things. I mean, small but very important. Like the boards, you have to take minutes. And some of our students, some of our graduates, sometimes hire as assistant to the CEO, what is a very cool position, by the way. So you can go to the cocktails with the CEO, okay? And you go to the board of directors. And there you are the one taking notes, what are very important things. Because you have to understand what the people are saying and put them in a nice document, okay? But it's not only that, it's also all the ethical issue of business. So business is, you know, it's very crucial sometimes to understand what is the impact of the business in society. This is the course, okay? But it's advanced course because you are not able to understand all these things in all the scope till you are there in the third year, okay? It's ethics with some normative and some big overall top senior management understanding. Also because even if you don't work in board of directors, if you are in a company, you get their decisions coming down. So you have to understand how they are taken. And this course help you. This is how these decisions are taken, you know. And even if you don't go to a big company and you create your own startup, you will be your own board of directors. And you will have to do this stuff anyway, even with yourself, okay? Or with your 2 or 3 partners. Cool. These are some of our electives. We have many electives, but these are some of our electives. This is one that is extremely popular. This is very popular. This is very popular. This is sort of popular. This is obligatory. I don't know why it's in this list. Okay, so these are different courses. We have more. Actually, this year also one of the we have the first elective where people go to United States to do part of the elective. Okay, go.
What is GAAP course?
Yeah, so these are the accounting standards norms in the United States. We teach you here the European standards of accounting. Now, it's good to have the gap to understand because many of the companies you're going to work are multinational. So you need to understand the difference between the standards. It's a very small course. It's only 1 credit point. Okay? And yeah. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Good day. What are the benefits of taking a course, for example, something like U.S. history?
Yeah.
How would that come into this?
Yeah. You know what I said about you using your brain? So we have many of these courses like art as well and psychology as well that make you understand society and people. At the end of the day, business is no more than an institution in a society. So everything that we do, you know, the coffee, the social networks that we do, everything come along with how the psychology of the society evolve. So you need to understand that, to understand how the future will go, okay? And that is important, okay? If you look at the top entrepreneurs in the world that have created something really completely, they have thought, they have looked at psychology, sociology, philosophy, history, to try to understand where the world goes. And then they offer the solution, yeah.
And also it's required if you want to go to US.
Also it's required, like, if you go to the United States, you have to take it. To understand but by the way, it's very funny. There is you use one book called the Great Gatsby, and then you go understanding all the culture of the United States, all the evolution of the culture, and it's taught by a Japanese professor. Seems it's online. Yeah. We have one hand more there. Okay. Any other question before I move on? So if you want to finish one of these tracks, but don't get too worried about that, we help you out, okay? So we need to have this combination of electives. Yeah. In finance, for example, you need to have an advanced mathematics. That is a course, mathematics for finance, okay? Now, my colleagues told me that this is, I hope we are trying to get on the 50-50. Now I see many women, so let's, okay. But you know, I can do whatever I can do, okay? So they work in many sectors, so there is no, you have it in the, I think in the yearbooks, anyway. 40% of our students by the time they finished the program have worked in international projects, what is quite of a cool thing, okay? 72 have their contract signed before graduation. Okay. So number of startups. Okay, we have a very. This is a new program still, but you know how many successful startups in Latvia, really? And the most successful is one of our graduates in Microtik. Okay. And the average grade at the end is 7.6. You need 7 to finish the program. Now, believe me, between having 7 and 8 is a huge difference. Okay. Good. Now, this number now is a little bit lower. So it's around between 90-95%. So the average Latvian university is in 40. So what does it mean? People really are well selected when they come here, and they really like it. Okay, or they find it meaningful. So the connection with the faculty member is very close. So you know him or her by name. We know you also generally by name. Okay. So we have people. We try to have a lot of diversity in faculty members. no problem at all with internship. So why, and this happened because I think 3 things. One, we have great students. Second, you have for internship between 1st of May till 30th of August. Most of universities offer 2 months, we offer 4. So then you cannot work during the year, so you have to be focused on the studies. But most of our students, maybe in the second year, start to have a 2-hour shop or sort of something like that. But in the summer, you are really very useful for the company. Because imagine if you come for 2 months, it takes one to understand where is the building and how the building is. And then the second month, you know how to go for the coffee yourself, okay? So 4 months give you time, and the company can give you something interesting to do, okay? And this is something our colleagues in BI have done, is that we copy it. And then we have a big network of people. So basically, we help you to find the places, but we don't need to help you, really. That's the reality, okay? We help you a lot, but again, it's really... And then by the end of the year, we take a lot of care of the company. We send them gifts that they have really welcomed you. They send us the report about you. We answer to that. So we have really, I mean, for us, the most important is that you really succeed in the job markets, okay? Then 70% of our graduates are in senior position, okay? The other 30 doesn't want. Then, except mathematics, all our faculty members have experience in business, what is important. But most of them are all of them are academically qualified, because otherwise they cannot teach you. Okay? Now, if you are crazy into startups and creating new things, do it. Okay, and we have plenty of support for that. Okay, if there is something in this country, it's money, mentors, and places where you can go. And we have many interesting stories. We have one student creating a motorcycle, one student creating wooden watches, another creating an IT programming school. So you have a lot of good stuff. I mean, Latvia offers a lot of possibility right now, and some of them also belong to us. Okay, I founded this, so you can use it as well. Okay. These guys invest 6 to 7 million euros a year in new projects. This is our design factory where you can do the prototyping, 3D printers and do the stuff. Yeah. Okay. Community. Okay. Okay. This is the dean of the school. Okay. And this is the turkey he prepared for Thanksgiving Day. You know what is Thanksgiving Day? So we celebrate it here, and he always prepared the turkey himself, okay? So this is a networking dinner. I guess the students are going to talk about that. This is visit to companies. Okay. And now I think, I don't know if I went beyond my time. And now I will introduce Wolfa. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that name properly. Okay, so I will introduce Ofa, that is the representative from BI Norwegian Business School. I will be here, so we can still have questions afterwards.
Thank you. So I'm going to start actually by showing you a video. So
winter is coming. This year, hundreds of thousands of students worldwide will start studying for the business degree. Just like you. So how do you plan to stand out from the crowd? Go off. Get your degree from BI, Norwegian Business School. Not just because it's an internationally recognized school, which it is, but because it is in Norway. Studying here is not the obvious choice, and that is exactly why you will stand out in the pile of applications. Yes, Norway is different. It's a bit rough. Let's face it. It's not for everyone. But perhaps it is just what you need to be noticed in your hunt for the job of your dreams.
So my name is Wafa. I've been working for BI for about 10 years. Currently working with recruitment covering the European market. So I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about BI Norwegian Business School. We are one of the leading business schools in Europe. We have the Triple Crown accreditation. Claudia was talking about accreditation earlier. And accreditations, they're important because they reflect the quality of the school. They tell you something about what they have to offer to you, how international they are, their faculty, and it will be reflected also in your employability. Accreditations, as for example the EQUIS and the ACSB and AMBA, they are globally recognized, which means that if you have a degree from BI, it will be a globally recognized degree. So less than 1% of the universities, well, business schools in the world have the Triple Crown accreditation, and this is very sought after. We're highly ranked on the Financial Times, The Economist, and also QS. And we are one of the biggest European business schools in terms of numbers. We have approximately 20,000 students if you also include the executive education. So what is BI? It's one of the, as I said, leading schools. It's the biggest, it's the best school in Norway in terms of business education. It was founded 75 years ago. It's a private foundation, so it's a non-for-profit organization. We charge tuition fee, and we do get some governmental support, but all the money that we make, it goes back into the school, creating the best learning environment, having the best facilities, and recruiting the best faculty. That's why we have a state-of-the-art building. Everything is very modern, and the best locations in the building is dedicated for the students. It's actually the library, huge library. We care a lot about our students and their study progression and giving them the best learning environment. So all the pictures that you see in the presentations are inside the building. We are also dedicated to your success. We talk again and again about employability because that's what you're trying to achieve through your education as well. Develop yourself, but also land a job at the end of it. We see that about 25% of the Master of Science students, they land a job within 12 months after they finish their education. It's a little bit lower for the bachelors. It's about 90%. And we, of the ones that choose to actually work, a lot of bachelor students, they actually choose to continue their education and proceed with the master study. You know the difference between the bachelor and the masters? First you do 3 years and then you do the 2-year master. A lot of students, they actually secure a job even before they even finish their education. A lot of BI students, they have a job 6 months before they hand in their thesis and finish. We have career portals, and we have where companies post their positions. We facilitate internships. We give you advice on how to write your CV and how to prepare for interviews. We have career advisors that are there just dedicated to helping you with this, so you can book individual consultations. I thought I would include a student ambassador. I guess you recognize him. This is a student from both Riga Business School and BI. Roland, he is currently doing his Master of Science in Business. He did 2 years here, and then he continued to BI and did 1 year with us, and then proceeded to a Master of Science program. And he's currently a scholarship student because he had excellent academic results from RBS and then from BI. BI has a generous scholarship program on master levels for high achieving students. So Claudia talked a little bit about how you can specialize in the courses that they offer at RBS. I'm not going to go in depth into the courses, but if you choose to continue with BI and do your last year with us, you have 3 choices. You can choose 3 different paths. In general, a BBA degree is supposed to be rather general. It's supposed to give you like the breadth of knowledge. It's supposed to prepare you for the masters, and it also doesn't limit your options. With a BBA degree, you should qualify for most fields within business education. So if you want to continue with finance, you can do that. If you want to do organizational psychology, or if you want to do strategy, that is supposed to be achievable. You're supposed to be prepared because you have set the foundation. It's such a broad field of study. It covers most fields. So BI, we offer shipping management because Norway is a shipping nation. That's what we're known for. We're big within the shipping industry and ocean industries in general. International business. It's basically doing business in an international context. So you would have subjects such as international economics, international marketing, international finance. We also offer specialization in finance because BI is really strong in finance. We have a very productive department in finance. They're currently ranked number 10 in the world in terms of publishing research, which means that what you're learning in the classroom is very up to date. It's the newest knowledge. And BI is a research-based institution, which means, again, what you're learning is the most updated. But we also have a very practical approach to teaching because we know that we're producing people that are going to be working in the business community. So it also has the practical approach. So there are simulations, you use the Bloomberg room and such. So it's supposed to be applicable to real life cases. So before I continue talking about the student life and how it is to be a student, I have another video.
Do you want to stand out in a crowd of good students? Go north. Study in Norway. Why? Because Norway is not the obvious choice. And studying here shows a willingness to think differently. To stretch beyond the ordinary. To be bold. A few facts about BI Norwegian Business School. It has 3 international accreditations, and that puts the school in the top 1% of business schools worldwide. It is ranked among the top business schools in Europe by the Financial Times. It collaborates with some of Norway's biggest and most interesting companies, and it can offer you internship positions, scholarship opportunities, and all international students are guaranteed student housing. Best of all, BI has the longest indoor escalator in Norway. Do you
So that was inside the building. As I said, it's a very international it's a very modern building. It is a city campus. So if you don't want to leave the school, you don't have to. There is canteens inside. There are 2 cafes. There is a gym. There is a student pub, which most students use a lot. It's the way it is. It's. I'm a bit envious of you. You're standing like you're about to start your studies. And I remember my life as a student. I would say that that's the most memorable and the nicest period in my life. It was so much fun being a student. You get to meet so many new people. And I did exactly what I'm talking about. I did 2 years in Norway and I did 1 year abroad. I did 1 year in China. And I had already decided when I started my first year, I am going to China. And I was kind of like, what I had to work towards. And I knew that I had to save money and you had to prepare for it. So the whole study period, I was preparing for going to China. And this was kind of like good because the path was already set. So the BBA family, it's represented by over 77 nationalities. So it's a very international cohort of students. There are a lot of academic events it's really up to you what your student life becomes. If you want to attend, the academic events, or if you want to take part in the social events, it's really up to you how you shape your student life and how engaged you choose to be. Some people just study at the school, do their exams, and that's it, while some, they really live the full student life. So we have different activities. We have the international case competitions. You can both participate in the BI case competition, but you can also be a part of the case competition team that travels the world and also participates in international case competitions. This is mentored by BI faculty. We offer Excel courses online for free for our students because we see that these are skills that the business community is looking for. We offer internships that are facilitated through BI. It's a part of the curriculum. And if you choose the international business, specialization, you can do a semester abroad. You can go on exchange. You can go to a third school and get that third experience from another country. BI has more than 250 partners all over the world. Of course, you cannot choose from all of these. It always depends on your grade and the availability then, but there are many schools you can choose from, and they're top universities. Social events. There are a lot of parties that are organized by the student union. We have a large student union at BI. There is a BI student cabin you can rent as a group as well. There's always something happening. And to make the transition from Riga to Oslo as smooth as possible, there's also an orientation week where you get to know your classmates, the city, and the school. So it's a smooth transition for 1 week. And this is also organized by students, so you will get student buddies that will take care of you. There are a lot of events at BI. I've mentioned some of them already. The Career Day. Did I talk about the Career Day? No. Every year there are a lot of we organize this big career fair where both national and international companies come to talk to our students. Again, to the part about employability. BI students are very sought after in the Norwegian business community. These are pictures from the event. There are a lot of companies that come, but there are also presentations, and there are companies that have stands every week wanting to talk to BI students. So there's always somebody present on campus there to talk to you about employment. And you get to spend 1 year in beautiful Oslo. It is a beautiful city surrounded by nature. It has the forests and it has the fjords. Oslo and Norway, they have the very distinct 4 seasons. It is, there's a lot of hiking opportunities. If you like skiing, you can go downhill skiing, you can go cross-country skiing. Have you tried skiing? Yeah? Do you like it? Yes. Well, in Oslo, it's very accessible. It's just a bus ride or a subway ride away. If you want to go downhill skiing, you can actually go downhill skiing in Oslo. You can always rent equipment as students. There are places where you can go and rent the equipment very cheap, actually. So there are a lot of opportunities in Oslo. There's always festivals, and Oslo is a capital city, so it has everything a capital city has to offer. There are more than 6,000 inhabitants. It has the bars, the clubs, the restaurants, all of that. But at the same time, it's not a too big city. It has approximately 600,000 inhabitants. And you get the opportunity to also explore Norway. Norway is known for its breathtaking nature. Have any of you ever been to Norway? Yes? Did you like it? Yeah. So you can experience the mountains, the fjords, the northern light. So it's a very beautiful country with a lot of nature, I would say. And these are pictures that are actually taken by the students. And if you want to see more pictures of students and how their life is at BI, you can go on to Instagram and follow the account called Life at BI, or also BI business school. But life at BI shows you more pictures like this, taken by students that show what they're doing in their everyday life as students and also when they're traveling in the country. Housing, I'm not going to go into details, just tell you that it's guaranteed. The standard is really high and it's subsidized by the government. We will give you all the information if you choose to go to Norway after you've done your 2 years at RBS, but just be assured that it will be a smooth transition to Oslo with guaranteed housing, so you don't need to worry about finding an apartment in the private market. So who knows, maybe Norway will be your next home. We're of course hoping for that, that's why I'm here today. But first you have to choose RBS and then do your last year with us. So thank you. Are there any questions? Everything was so clear? Oh.
There will be a Q&A session.
I have a question. How are our students, RBS students, doing in Norway? Yeah, because we have quite a few of RBS students who are currently studying there. So.
Well, I gave Roland as an example. My experience is that they're doing quite well. Some choose to stay, some choose to go home. It's always 50-50. But some continue their Master of Science with BI. Some go to other schools. Some choose to stay. A lot of people, I know that Roland has already said that he's going to try to look for a job in Norway. A lot of international students, they choose to stay in Norway because the economy is very stable. There is a very low unemployment rate. And you don't really need to learn Norwegian in Norway to live there because everybody speaks English very well. But we do recommend international students that are seeking to stay and who want to look for a job to learn Norwegian because it opens so many more options. I think there's also booming in small and medium-sized companies and also a lot of startups in Oslo as well. And often they're very small and you need to speak Norwegian to be able to at least understand a little bit. So we do offer Norwegian courses for international students as well because we know it's important for their employability. But it's some stay, some go home. But it's really dependent on if they find a job or not. Yeah. Any more? No? Well, thank you for your attention.
One little comment about the Norwegian business. Do you know that it's the third largest investor in Latvia? Is the Norwegian community.
I know, because I see so many.
So we have so even if you don't stay there, it's very important to have a Norwegian degree, and they are all led by BR graduates. Okay, so that's important. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I knew that because I recognize the names everywhere.
Thank you, Wafa. I think you'll be accessible after that. If you have any questions, you can approach her after the open day, after the official part of it. We'll have a question session after and some snacks, so you'll be able to talk to her in private if you wish. And now, thank you. We will continue. Do you have any energy left? Do you want to get up? Yes? Then do so. Get up, just stretch a little bit, and then we can continue. But don't go anywhere, just get up and sit down back. Stretch a little, because we'll still have... Better? Yes? Okay, so I would like to invite our faculty to continue. So you'll now be introduced to our faculty. Now you will meet Dmitris, and then right after Dmitris, you'll meet Marina. So, welcome. Your presentation is where? This. You have to use this because we're recording.
All right, yeah. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dmitris Kas. I'm a passionate data science practitioner. I work in a company, Cream Finance, as a data science team leader. This is my working space. with Rose Namajunas on a desktop. She's a MMA champion in UFC. I'm a huge MMA fan, by the way. I'm teaching data analysis with R. It's a programming language. I teach data analysis with R here at the Riga Business School and also in Latvian University's Physics and Mathematics faculty. And before becoming a data scientist, I used to be, I have spent around 9 years working in financial risk management in different banks in Latvia and Norway. So all of the future students here today, I would like to say that I'm truly glad that you are here. The fact that you woke up earlier and came here today probably means that you're about to make a conscious choice about your future education. And probably you are willing to come up with a prioritized list of educational programs to choose from. I wish I was as conscious as you when I was at your age, but I was not. So after finishing school, I was kind of interested in programming and economics. And my mom told me that there exists such a program in one of Latvian universities that combines these two fields. So I just followed. I just went to study there. I did absolutely zero research about my future education. So I had no priorities, and my mom prioritized my education for me. As you probably guess, I was not interested in the studies, and I invested approximately zero amounts of energy and time into my education during those 4 years. So in terms of education, that was a pretty poor investment of 4 years. However, at the same time, I started working already during the first year, during my bachelor studies. And as it was my conscious choice about in which company to work and in which position to work, I was very responsible and conscientious and quite successful employee because it was my choice. So after 4 years, after finishing my bachelor studies, I chose to study at RBS. I chose a MBA program here. And as it was my own choice, I enjoyed every minute of it. And I will tell you 4 reasons why I enjoyed it so much. This is, of course, not the full list, just a sample of 4 reasons. I will talk a little bit about them all. So the first one is the most important for me. Faculty here are not just academics. Most of the time, they have a huge working experience. And it's a big thing. It means that things that you will learn here will be directly applicable in practice. And I was working as a financial risk analyst in a bank at that time. And I had many occasions when my manager was asking me if I can do some new thing. And I was like, sure, I can do that. While in fact, I learned about that new thing just 1 week earlier here at RBS. That was amazing. Secondly, group work. A lot of studies were done in groups. And by working in groups, you learn how to articulate your own thoughts and opinions, how to listen to others, how to be a team member, how to convince, and how to lead. These are absolutely essential skills, not only in studying, but also in life. And for me, I developed those skills here at RBS. The third one, professional network. By the time when I was graduating, I had a big professional network of people who work in different fields. And since then, it helped me in many occasions. And the fourth, English language. When I was going to job interviews and I was asked, how is my English? I was saying, I studied in RBS, and they were like, no more questions. So this may seem like the pretty happy ending of the story, right? But in fact, this was an introduction to the beginning of the story. Do you remember this one? I had no priorities for my own education when I was finishing school, so my mom prioritized it for me. Unfortunately, there is no way to avoid consequences of such poor decisions. And I had to face it a little bit later, at the age of 28, when I realized that I was lacking the very foundations in my education. I was lacking mathematics and statistics foundations, and I really wanted to become a data scientist. So becoming a data scientist became a priority number one for me at the age of 28. And I saw no other choice other than to go and correct for my mistake that I made when I was at your age. At that time, I was working in a Norwegian bank in quite a good position, so I just left it and devoted myself full time to studying during the next 18 months. I did nothing else. I invested at least 60 hours per week for studying. I enrolled into 2 different universities, into online platforms, and have passed around 20 courses during that time, all at the highest marks. So at the age of 28, I had to go back to basics, and I did it. And I'm very happy I did that, because now at the age of 33, I'm a working data scientist, and I teach students things that I'm so passionate about. So if there will be only one thing you will take away from this story, let it be this one. Prioritize your life, or someone else will. Thank you.
You know, this we were looking for a professor to teach R. You know what is R? My friends, you're going to live with it the next 10 years. But anyway, so don't worry. So, and then I was asking, who is the best one in the country? So, and then I got the sargento for the meeting. So it's really, I mean, to have someone that is really the expert on that is very difficult. But this man took a lot of sacrifice to do it. So, okay, thank you very much. I have a good thing. Thank you.
And now, let's give the floor to Marina. She is teaching finance here at RBS.
Hello, everybody. I actually was not supposed to give the presentation today, therefore there is no picture of me in all kind of nice way of looking. But there's supposed to be Carlos Atrans, who is supposed to be here, but unfortunately he got sick. So, and I wanted to come here anyway. And the reason why I wanted to come here is to meet you, because actually I think the reason why most of the teaching faculty is here is because they like the students. You know, so, and I just want to see who will be the next generation of students. And my experience, I have been teaching here my first year. I got a very small glimpse of BBA 2, which was, what, 5 years ago? And every year the students, and I don't take it individual, I take it as a group, yeah? Because when we look at you, so we look at you BBA 6, BBA 7, you know, if you are going to join, you will be BBA 8. So we look at you and say, you know, how are they? You know, are they better? Are they, you know, so what is their distinctive characteristic? So I'm curious to see what will be the distinctive characteristic of BBA 8. So that's why I'm here. So, and then Carlos got sick, so, and I have to present and say who I am, yeah? So, but, yeah, and the third reason why I was here, I was really curious to see the presentation about the BI Norwegian Business School, because I actually know quite a few of the students who were here at RBS, and I gave recommendations for some of them. including the Rollins, who was my mentee many years ago, the first time when I joined. So, and I'm very happy he's still there. And I think that this relationship with BI is developing is really great. And if you are joining RBS, so I think about it because I'm teaching finance. So joining RBS, you are actually buying an option, you know, so you can. So maybe it doesn't say anything because I don't see any smiles here. So, but once you start studying finance, so you will probably get that. So you're actually getting an option. So you have an option to continue studying at RBS, or then if something happens and then somewhere in the middle of the first year you decide you really want to go and do something different, you can do the BI. Yeah, so because you never know what is going to happen in 2 years. You know, the student's life is very unpredictable. Everybody's life is very unpredictable. Yeah, so and I'm very happy that I heard about BI. So, but I'm supposed to say who I am, you know, so I'm teaching here a lot of different courses. So I have the privilege of seeing the students when they are joining. So if you are to join in September, so you would probably see me, you know, so then there is the second year and the third year. And I really see the difference between when students join and when they are already working, because many of the students, when they are in the year 3, are working, many part-time, and the school really try to discourage students to work full-time in the third year, but it's very difficult battle because you are very demanded with your skills, with the data analysis and the finance and the English language and whatever else that you can bring. So, and I see the difference, yeah. So I teach the accounting courses when you start, and the last course I teach is the financial decision making, and I also teach the investment management, which is an elective course, which this year I have a group of 8 students, but they are the good ones, you know, so the number crunching people, you know, so which is very good to see that those type of students are coming to RBS as well, yeah. About myself. So I'm Russian French nationality. I have double. I have spent most of my life living in different countries. So when I was 20, I went to the United States, and I worked in investment bank at Goldman Sachs. I got my MBA from INSEAD, which is an international business school in France. I lived in Belgium, in Czech Republic, in Turkey, in Ukraine, in Latvia, you know, so many different places. And I think that's what Dmitry was saying. This is a nice part about the faculty, because we are all very, very different, yeah. So, and again, the reason why we are here is that we have something to share, yeah, to give you. So this is about me. Why Riga Business School? So for you, so I think one of the reasons that if I were to consult some of the people who have the age of my children, you know, why choose RBS? I think if you can imagine, the class that you're going to have is this type of class, yeah, just for the simple reason that this is the biggest classroom that there is at Riga Business School, and it has a lot of advantages because you actually will get to know intimately, you know, many of your classmates, because you will be working a lot in groups in the presentations. You will be doing, you know, a lot of different things together. And I think having 60 students, I don't know how many there will be next year, so, but in the classroom, so you cannot have more, and it gives the opportunity for see the good and the bad sides of everybody. You know, so, and it's very, very interesting to see, because I'm just starting with the first year students, the group project, where they have to analyze the publicly traded companies, and they have to put themselves together in the groups of 4. Yeah, and I'm just looking at seeing how they are going to look at and develop, because you see that you all start and think, you know, you will be the best students and you will do a lot, and then the reality kind of goes in, and how do you support each other, and how do you find out what you are best at? So this is very interesting learning experience, I believe, and by the end of the second year, you know, even middle of the second year, you kind of know each other's strong and weak points. And in real life, it's the same, right? So when you will be joining the business community on the business life, so you will actually have to rely on the strong points of all your teammates, you know, because all of you have strong and weak points, and this is a learning experience. And I think it is very valuable in the business world that you actually know your strong points and you can live with the weak points of yourself and the others. Yeah, so this is very good. Yeah, so small classes. So why RBS? Small class when you get to know each other and the faculty, so which is important as well. Option to go to the BI or Buffalo or whatever when you feel like you're ready for that. So of course the fact that it's the education in English, it's a given. I don't need to talk about it. And the faculty that is practical, you know, they're focusing on the practical areas. Yeah, so that would be my kind of back on the envelope. So advice. Yeah, so I think I'm done. So if you have any questions, so please don't be shy, because that's the one thing that the students start to learn when they join the school. You have to overcome your shyness, especially, you know, those of you who are, you know, really, if you can ask the question and if it's very difficult for you, you should be very proud of yourself because you overcame something that is difficult. Yeah, those of you who talk easy, you know, raising the hand is not that difficult, but it's for those who it is difficult, for whom this will be the biggest learning point. So are there any questions? All right, okay, so I hope I'll see you, many of you, so good luck with your decision. Thank you very much.
How do you like our faculty? Great? Nice. Nice to hear. And now I would like us to continue with our amazing alumni, with our graduates, with 3 Paulas. Girls, come here. They will share their experiences as students and now in the working environment. And I could start with a question to Paula. Which one? Who ran the world? Yes, exactly. So today we have invited only girls because of my question. That was answered. Welcome. Please ask questions. So there are real students. You can ask about their experience. Yeah, they were graduates. Yeah, they were students here, so you can ask how it was.
So should we wait for a question?
No, you introduce yourselves.
Okay. So I'm one of the Paulas, obviously. So I was part of BBA 1, so the first group that started studying a bachelor program here. So it was quite some time ago already, but it was a really, really great experience. So what I'm doing now, I am a brand manager for a beauty and personal care category in Unilever, so working in marketing. So yes, what can I say is that RBS really was a great start and showed me kind of opened more opportunities, and most of the things that I use in my everyday life now is maybe not so much theoretical, what I learned here, which is also, of course, a good support, but more things like teamwork, how to deal with different people. I also did a double degree in the US, so what really helps me now is that when I have to work with people from all over the world, I would say that I am a little bit more patient because I kind of know what to expect from different nationalities and people from different countries. So, yes, that would be like a very brief overview. I hope you will have questions and that will help me to give you more insight.
Okay, I'm Annie Paula. Yeah, that's why I guess I'm here. Yeah, so I'm a BBA 2 graduate. So yeah, I had the opportunity to meet Marina for the first time, and that was really exciting. But yes, how I got here, I could say that I think that I hope most of you know what you want to do and where you want to be and so on in your life. But when I graduated from high school, I didn't know what I want to do because I wanted to do everything. And yeah, it was starting from chemistry till I don't know, going into acting or whatever. And then I understood that where is the place where I can do everything at the same time, and it's business. Because you can do in business everything. You can sell, I don't know, hot dogs, and you can sell art. So it's everything. And yeah, when I came here to the Open Days, this was the time and place when I understood that I want to be here, because all the lecturers were really, they were super great. And I thought that if I could, I don't know, make a discussion with them after these 3 years, and that would be a good discussion with them, I would be in success, yeah, with myself. So, yeah.
I'll just go the easy path. I'm also Paula. Nice to meet you. I'm also an alumni, and I went to BI for my 3rd year. And now I'm also an MBA student here. And on a daily basis, so I work at PricewaterhouseCoopers Latvia. I'm in business consulting, so I think I just... Oh, okay, sorry. What I do there is basically a lot of things, and how RBS has helped me is like challenge your own perception, and sometimes also put away your biases, and I think that the best thing that RBS teaches you is how to overcome yourself, and how to sometimes look at your own values and how to use them and how to act on them. And I think RBS creates the new generation of leaders that don't not only have those practical skills as financial management, which is so amazing that Marina teaches this. I just enjoyed her course very much, and I think most of the students do. But also leadership and understanding different cultures, as also Paula mentioned, and biases and values and yeah, all the good stuff that we have here. Yeah, and also empathy and like raising your emotional intelligence and things like that. So yeah, that's it from my side. Okay.
It's amazing to see you. Ania, where are you working now?
I'm working in a consulting agency right now with employer branding. So it's something between HR and marketing, and a lot of things that help me now is all of the strategy courses and everything that we learned here, but also mostly just how to look at things and yeah, how to go deeper in them, and how to understand the whys all the time, and always the big picture. Yeah, because it's you will learn a lot of frameworks and everything, but what you really need to understand afterwards, when you know all of the basic things, then how to get out of it, look at it from the other side, and really understand how all of this is applied in real life. So yeah.
Wonderful. Just if you wonder, we have male graduates as well. And we also have Pauls as well. So okay, but now it's your time, so please do questions. Don't be shy. Yeah.
What was hardest part studying in RBS?
Yeah. Well, after graduating from my high school, you are kind of put into thinking that you have to learn certain things and then just say them in the exams and everything. And when I came to RBS, the first I was so overwhelmed with all the English stuff that we had to read and learn. And then when we came to exam, and you're like, okay, I know this stuff. And then why? And all the questions, like lecturers ask you why. So why do you think that? You have to challenge your kind of mindset, and you have to look at the knowledge that you read and learn from a different perspective, from different kind of point of view. So I think that was like the toughest thing for me here, when you have to step out of the box and kind of look at things from different perspectives. So.
For me, I think it was, as I was a real individualist previously in school, and I thought that I can do everything on my own. I don't need anyone, and I can be, I can do everything on my own in my life. And then I came here and I understood that I'm not the only smart person in the room, and there are 50 others. And the feeling was really great at the start, but then you understand that all of these smart and great people are really different, and you need to understand how to work with them and how to get the best out of each and every, and how to work in teams, and so that was the hardest part for me to overcome this being an individualist, and now really loving to work in teams, and I hate when I need to do something on my own.
Sorry, don't get it wrong. And he's not an individualist, actually. And he became the president of the student union as well, very successful leading that team. Okay.
For me, I would say two things. So firstly, somewhat similar to Anya. So I came with the feeling that I will be such a good student, I will know stuff, I will understand everything. And then I had to admit to myself that maybe it's not the case in all subjects. And for me, it was like a big thing for myself that I had to admit that I don't know, and I had to ask for help for other students who knew, or for lecturers, like be the one who raises the hand and asks the stupid question. And actually many people have this stupid question. So for me that was this one thing, so overcoming myself and accepting that I might not know, and it might be harder than in high school to understand some things. And the second thing, similar to also what Anya said in a way, that you have so much teamwork that you have to understand when you have to take lead and when you just have to be part of the team. And for me, this was a big thing to just understand for myself when I'm the strong one and when I should take lead and when I should just like step back and do what others are kind of telling me to do. So these were the two big things that actually also really help me now when I'm working, because I think many people never kind of learn it. They always either want to take charge, either never want to take charge. But I think that the big part of leadership is understanding when you have to be a leader and when you have to be a follower.
What are the weak parts of RBS? What do you dislike?
The director, probably.
Be careful.
Also I studied here some time ago, so probably some things have changed. Maybe we should start with other Paula. She's the most recent graduate.
This is the delegation, leader.
No, okay, I can say one thing that I wouldn't say that I disliked, but it was definitely a challenge, but I think it's also a plus at the same time, as this is a business school, and I was also the first year, so many things were always changing that it's sometimes hard to really have everything organized in your head because things are just changing. From one side, you never have like kind of a super 100% full clarity, but from other side in life, when you will have it. So it kind of also teaches you to deal with uncertainty around you. That's kind of what I would say.
I could just comment on this as well from the uncertainty point of view, but also of being, I was the second BBA too, so I wasn't the first one, but as well, we didn't have a lot of, stuff for student union, for student lounge and everything, and we thought, oh my God, this is something that university should have and everything, but then we understood that that's such a great opportunity to get it all on by yourself and to deal with everything, because nothing is here put on a plate for you. you have to make it on your own. You have to do it. You have to find money for it. You have to raise financing for that and everything. And you need to find people who want to network with you. And yeah, with all of the events that we created, it was always from zero, from scratch. You needed to go and find people who want to, who believe and think the same way as you do. And yeah, and it still happens in life. Yeah, nothing is given on your plate, and it really helps you at the same time.
Yeah, that's certainly true about a little bit, I would say, like a chaos, but when you come here, it feels like in a startup phase, and BBA was a little bit something like that, but you kind of get the feeling of being flexible in terms of studying and yeah, and everything. And also about raising finances, that's such a great opportunity, like seeing that there's a gap that you have to fill in by yourself and by the team. So you kind of raise the initiative, you think on how you can improve the environment around you. And I think, yeah, RBS teaches you a lot about that, how to come up with the initiative. And there's no money. How can you raise the money? And Student Union was a lot about that. And yeah.
So I think they kind of took a really nice path with this. So I can also commend that, yes, like maybe you would expect from university that they're like, I don't know, when you compare to, I don't know, RTU or LU, there are so many things that you can do because these universities have been there for like, what, 100 years or something? So here, some things might not be in place, but this gives you such a great opportunity to experiment, like exactly what you were saying. For us, we were the first ones, and like we established Student Union. We just felt the need that we need to have it, and we did it. We created like what divisions we will have. So this is like a playground for you. It may not all be set, but this gives you opportunity to create what you feel what you think university should be in 21st century.
This is for Paul, who studied in BI. Why did you choose to go to Norway, and what did you gain from this experience?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a funny story because I came here with the idea that I want to go to US, and I applied for the program and I filled in my application. And then I ended my first year, so I thought, oh, it's really nice in here. I don't want to go anywhere. And then we had this guest lecture from BI. And I was so hyped after the lecture. I was like, no, I just want to find the money and raise funds for my studies at BI. So I kind of searched for the options, and I did my research. I kind of understood what I want to get from my experience abroad. And so, yeah, and what did I get from it? It was an amazing year. I don't regret anything. I went there with my RBS family feeling, and then you are just dropped into an ocean of different nationalities and different perspectives from the lecturers as well. And those are the field professionals, and I mean, that was an amazing experience. And every exam was like an crucial experiment from my own perspective, and it was like kind of, I don't know, it was an amazing experience. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, and I can comment on my when they challenge you. We had this corporate governance course at BI, and there was I think he was a lawyer previously. And he had this exam when we had to say a thing, and then we had to kind of object our opinion. And I was like, how? And all the time in the lectures, we had to ask him a question, and we had to answer it. And then we had to think of a different perspective. Then we had to eject that opinion. And all the time when we said kind of comment on what he said, he was like, why? Why do you think that? And all the time it's like you learn this critical thinking. And then when you go to work, when I work in business consulting, I know this feeling of that you have to be critical in everything that you say, that you comment, and all the facts that you have in your mind. And you have to look for a background reason for that. And you have to think from a different perspective. And it's, yeah, it was an amazing experience. So.
Questions? Yeah, we have.
Of course, this is important, but do you have any free time to enjoy your hobbies?
That's a tough one. Do you have now a free time for your hobbies?
Yeah, do I have it now? But I could say that my playground was student union, and that was my hobby. I lived there. I lived with it. I breathe with it and everything. But I would say that as Paula as well said, that RBS becomes your family. That sometimes sounds like a little bit ridiculous how that can happen, but I would say that my best friends now are my students from RBS, and I cannot think of a day without them now, and that was as well here in RBS. So all the studies and hobbies and everything, it all just blurs together, and you cannot really in my point of view, I don't see that there should be some kind of this balance, that this work-life balance, because I think that it all goes together. Because if you really like what you do, then you are ready to do it all the time, and it becomes your hobby, and your hobby becomes your work and everything. And so yeah, there is no such thing. But of course, if people wanted to do sports and everything, yeah, they went and so on. So it wasn't really a big problem. But if you wanted, you could live here from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. That's what we sometimes did. Yes, mostly.
Well, yeah, actually, I can totally agree. But yes, if you would like to have time for other things, I think you can. You just really have to be good with time planning. But for me, it was the same experience. I really loved RBS. I was also part of student union. So I came here in the morning and left when the guard said it's time to leave. And I would want to stay longer if it would be possible. So it's really kind of the same answer. It's the experience is so I don't know, overwhelming in a way that, I don't know, all the projects you have to do, you're doing them together with your friends, so it doesn't really feel like only studying. It's kind of fun at the same time. So yeah, I totally agree that it all blends together, and yeah.
Maybe I can comment on this since I know all the students, and it is possible to combine it. And those who have those serious hobbies, they actually are good with the time management, and they can find time to combine everything. And there have been some examples of professional hockey players, for example. So they had their hockey training in the morning, and then they came to the school, and then they had another training after school. But you would have to inform us up front, since, for example, in his case, he had to miss part of the class. So he did the morning quiz on the way to the school while he was commuting on the train. He actually did the quiz online there, but everyone knew it, that he will miss that quiz. So it was fine. You just have to communicate. Every time when you have something, when you have a special case, just tell us, and we will find a way around it.
So if you have a very serious hobby in sports or arts, we really encourage that a lot. So, okay.
Yep.
Accredited schools in Riga is SSE and RBS. In your opinion, what is the point that makes RBS better than its rival, SSE?
Are they our rivals? Yeah.
Maybe they're not rivals, but
It's a good question, but I'm not going to answer. Okay.
my type of question.
When I came here, in my mind, there wasn't a place for SSC Riga. Like, there wasn't a place for me at SSC Riga because I didn't see these two schools as a similar ones. Because, yes, business, of course, yeah, then in RTU you can as well do it the same. And I think in LU you have some programs for that as well. But I would say that maybe if you are, if you want to do all of these a little bit maybe softer things, there's everything doing with organizational behavior, team leadership, strategy, but I wouldn't say that it's soft always, but sometimes people say that, yeah, this is economics, that's for SSC Riga, and maybe things like strategy and HR and everything, that's for RBS, but I would say that the whole community and everything, how it is built, this is the real difference, and this is and as well when I see now graduates of RBS and SSC Riga, and I work with them now as well with SSC Riga graduates, I see that both of us are really good at what we do, but we are the mindset is totally different. One people are more with the numbers and everything, and ones are more who are good with people and so on. So it's a really different platform, I would say, for studies. But yeah. Any other comments?
I think that's in a nutshell. But I think we have MBA students who came from SSC, so they are really happy with studies at RBS more. But I also went for SSC. I considered it as an option after I graduated from my high school. And well, how I could kind of compare it, it would be, yeah, I think they are more like analysts, mathematicians, statistics, that kind of number people. But we're also here doing that, and that's great because RBS doesn't only consider the numbers and financials, but they kind of put it all together and gives you the big picture and how you can kind of explore everything in all the business fields. And yeah.
There is finance and accounting.
I wanted to comment on this. It's not that we are really bad at mathematics and everything. The hardest courses were with Marina because the finances were really, really good, but really, really hard. And you will get it if you want it. But of course, if you're not so much into finance and everything, then you can find other directions where you want to be.
Yeah, I think, of course, it's kind of hard to compare because we haven't had SSC experience, but we have had RBS experience. But I would really say that at least what I think is that RBS really is not just studying, it's an experience. There is so much more than just the classes, whatever the classes are, marketing, HR, finances. I think RBS gives so much more added value with, firstly, the skills that you learn in, I would say, community building. Like the whole bachelor program community is really awesome, and I think that's a very big value. And secondly, yes, the whole way that the program is not kind of a split by courses, at least that's how I felt it. It's the whole, through this whole 3 years, it's more like a, I would say, personality development program in addition to the like technical kind of a knowledge that you get. So I think this is really what RBS stands out with in the whole country and even maybe in a bigger geographic scale. It's that this is not just about studies and this is not just about learning some frameworks or, I don't know, being able to calculate something. It's about becoming more of a person that you want or can become.
More questions? Maybe later.
No.
But you, Can I borrow 2 minutes from them still or no? No. Yeah. No. You know, these three ladies have been initiators of two great initiatives. Many others, but two. Now I wanted to touch. One is called networking dinner, and the other is the mentoring program. Pick one of the two because we don't have more time, unfortunately. But so pick one of the two. So they have created all, and they both are still going on. And so maybe you can say something. Maybe, but choose one of the two. And then
I think I don't have to choose, at least for me, because like one is the next step of another. So starting with networking dinner. So this is an event that takes place one time a year, and the idea is to kind of put in one room students and real business people, so to say, and put them in a setting that encourages experience sharing so both sides can gain. So this is what we started, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Well, some time ago, and it really was a success, and I'm super happy to see that it's still going on. And then 2 years ago, we were thinking how to bring it to the next level, kind of, or what we can do when we are already graduates, but we still want to give something back to the school. And then we created a mentoring program, which again puts students together with business people, but now with the idea that they are together not for one evening, but for 1 year. And this business person just mentors and helps and guides a student or a recent graduate to the path that they want to take, or maybe even helps to find the path. So in both cases, we really wanted to take the most of RBS community and just also help to build the community and make it stronger. You probably have something to say.
I can only say that there weren't girls only that participated in this and the creation of the ideas and everything. But what I can say is what we see here is that here are really, really great people who are studying here, who are alumnus here. And all we need to do is all the time make the best platforms for them to meet. One is the study platform. Then the next one is the networking dinner. Then we have the mentoring program, the next level. And now we are trying to figure out maybe what's the next big thing for this. But we see that there are great people. We just need to put them in the right places at the right time. So, yeah.
And I think what you can just maybe take from this is that I graduated 3 years ago, Ania also 3 years ago, but we kind of cannot leave this school. We still want to do something with these people because we just see so much value.
I am looking forward to the next thing. I take it as a promise.
At least we didn't say a deadline.
I take it as a promise. Okay. Give a huge round of applause.
Thank you, girls, for coming. Always happy to see you here. Bye. Again, a question. Any energy left? Please stand up. No? Are you ready for the technical part of this? So I have to continue with the admission process. And it doesn't have fun videos on it. It's very technical stuff. So are you ready to continue? Yes? Hi. Okay, so all of you have some information in front of you in those little packs of information. But I have some additional details to add. So where's the clicker? How to apply. Many of you have already heard of it, but I will go into details. Feel free to stop me while I speak if you have any questions. We don't have to wait till the end of my presentation to answer your questions, okay? So since we are running out of time a little bit, I will not maybe touch much on this because Claudio explained it quite deeply, I think. You remember he talked about this, right? So this is what we will look for you. This is what we will look for in your applications. We will also evaluate you on this, on the day of the entry exam. So here you see Silicon Valley Challenge. That is the name of the entry exam. Last year we introduced a new thing. We don't want to just test you. We don't want to just see your high school grades. We want to see you beyond the papers. So we feel that sometimes you cannot like evaluate a person only from their CV. We want to see the real you. Although we encourage you to write as much as you can and give as much personality to your physical application, so the application package, the physical application, give as much personality as you can, but we will also give you an opportunity to show yourself, to talk about yourself, and maybe so if your grades are not that good in some subjects, for example, you'll be able to explain during the Silicon Valley Challenge. And also, if you are, for example, a quieter person, then your application will speak for you. So it gives both introverts and extroverts a chance to shine. So the application itself, so we will expect your application form. And on your application form here at the bottom, you have an application checklist where you can see what exactly you have to submit. If someone wants this, I can give it to you after the presentation. We have some copies printed, but also you can always find it online or ask our colleagues to email it to you. It's a Word document. You can find it online. We will send it to you if you don't want the paper copy, but you can grab one on your way out if you wish. So, any questions from this as you see before I start speaking? Not yet. Okay, so the application form. All of you study, all of you will be graduates of high school. All of you will have good grades. Most of you, many of you, all of you, I would say. So please give as much personality to your application as possible. So all of you are good. How are you different from others? Which are your strong sides? Which are your passions? And be honest. We will read your, you will also have to submit a personal statement, which is a motivation letter, why you want to study at RBS. We want to see your personality there. Don't Google the motivation letters. Write from your heart. We read like hundreds of application letters each year. So we see the difference when the person is honest and has written the application letter himself, and we see a difference when you want us to see like kind of a perfect person, but just write really about yourself and write about your passions. We really appreciate it. Then we will ask for your Form 11 and Form 12 grades, liecība no 11. un 12. klases. So you will apply in April. That is why we will only have your first semester liecība, but that's fine. And we want to see the grades because maybe some of you switch schools and then maybe your grades fluctuate a little bit, but that's fine. We want to see the whole picture. We want to see not only your 12th grade success, but we want to see how you did before as well. At some point, we're talking about maybe asking for your first grade liecība as well. It will come, yeah, Claudia says it will come, so let's see. Not maybe when you will apply, but further in the future. Personal statement, any question about that? In the application package, you will see introduction to the personal statement. You have to express your opinion about something. So you will see the topic is just one pager. Please don't write 3 pages. It's not needed. 1 pager, maximum 1 from both sides is fine. We will understand. We will get the sense of you from that. 2 recommendation letters. Do you know whom you can get the recommendations from? Yeah, teachers. Maybe you do sports. Maybe you have like you do some hobbies, or maybe you have had an internship experience before, and you have your manager write your recommendation letter. Whomever. Don't ask your mom, but she knows you good. But ask someone else. Yeah, yeah. I'm saying because it has happened.
application letters have to be in English?
No, in the application package, actually, here in this document, you have a form, so you don't have to ask someone to write a real letter for you. There are questions that we want them to answer, and it can be in Latvian, Russian, or English. We understand all. Which else? TOEFL or IELTS? Has anyone already taken TOEFL or IELTS? You have. Okay, good. So you're prepared if needed. We administer TOEFL, both IBT, which is internet-based, and paper-based TOEFL here at Riga Business School, if you still need to take the test. But we need only the paper-based test, so there's a difference. The paper-based test is not eligible for many universities abroad, but it's fine for us since we administer it here, and we only need to understand your result of English. So for TOEFL paper-based, the minimum requirement is 550 out of 677. And for the internet-based TOEFL, it's 80. And for IELTS, it's 6.5. Any questions about this? No. Some people are thinking maybe about taking TOEFL or IELTS instead of their English language exam in the school. I would suggest that you actually do both, because TOEFL is valid for only a couple of years, and maybe in the future you will need to submit your English language exam result. But since you have taken only TOEFL, you don't have an English language exam. So I would suggest that you do both. If your English is good, there's no problem for you to do both. Again, the deadline submission, so you see there, that is very important because it's right before the Silicon Valley Challenge. The Silicon Valley Challenge is a week after that. Any questions?
Could you tell more about the Silicon Valley Challenge?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much for the question. So the Silicon Valley Challenge, why Silicon Valley? Do you know what Silicon Valley is? What happens there? Business happens there, yeah? Okay, yeah, big money there. So many big companies are located there because it's a very good environment to be there because actually the right people are there. And we want you to experience how would applying to a company who would be like Silicon Valley type company, for example, Facebook, Google, many big companies. So how it is to apply to a company like that. Because when you leave us, you'll have to go in the job market, and that's actually our job, to prepare you for the job market. So if you are employable after graduating from RBS, that we have succeeded. So we want you to experience that when entering the school, and we just want to put you in an extraordinary situation.
Is it like an interview, or?
We call it as an interview as well, but it has, I cannot tell you the very details of the Silicon Valley Challenge because then it wouldn't be a surprise for you. But I can tell you that we will evaluate you from the beginning, from the very first minute when you enter the school. Do you greet the guards? How nice are you to the people? So that is, then we go back to the skills here. All of these skills will be tested and evaluated in the Silicon Valley Challenge. And we will have a Silicon Valley advising session. I will show you the date later. We'll have an advising session where we will introduce you a little bit more and help you to prepare for that. But it has, so since we will test your team skills, it means that you will have a group task. You will mostly have individual disciplines, but you will also have a group task. Part of that might be talking to someone, if you call it an interview. And which else? You'll have individual tasks. We will also test your IQ skills a little bit. You'll be given a schedule of where and when you have to be. So we will test your time management and your self-management skills, so if you can find the way where you have to be. So it is a couple of hours here in RBS on a Saturday morning. So if you can wake up early enough in the morning to come here, also is maybe a small test. So can we move forward to this? Yeah? Not sure? We will also ask for 2 copies of your passport, so make sure they are valid. We will also ask for 2 small photos from the photo booth. And which else? TOEFL result, personal statement, recommendation, application. That's it. If you have any questions about this, either today or later, feel free to contact me or my colleagues. So you have my contacts at the back of the brochure here. My name is Elsa again, so you can find me, or you can find it on homepage, you can add me on Facebook, whatever is more comfortable for you. So next, these are more details about the Silicon Valley Challenge. So the date is April 27. Everyone has to be there, unless you're like really dead on that day, but then you wouldn't be able to study anyway, so you have to be here. International students are tested differently, but you have to be there. Please don't plan any trips at that time. So it's a couple of hours, and we do not create the test tasks on our own. We actually ask the business environment and the companies in Latvia to help us with the test tasks. So a couple of tasks will be entry requirements for big companies in Latvia. So for example, last year, one of the tasks was created by Air Baltic. So you'll be, so the companies are involved in this. And tips, how to prepare. As I mentioned, we will have the advising session, but this is what you can start doing now. Can I go further, or do you have any questions on this? No stupid questions. Okay. The advising session itself will happen on 30th of March, another Saturday, because then people from outside of Riga can come. It's more convenient for them. Anyone who already knows that you want to join this? If you want to join, you can tell our colleagues, and they will write down your contacts and send you more information over email, for example. So we have, as Claudio mentioned at the very beginning, the school is quite elite and small. The study groups are small, so each BBA group holds only around 50 students, and that is the number what we are looking for next year as well. So we will accept approximately 60 students. And for those 60 students, as you see, we have 12 scholarship opportunities. So 5 excellence scholarships, meaning that it will be based on your profile, on your high school profile. So we will look at your high school grades, we will look at your high school time success, and your extracurricular activities. So that is based on what you did before entering RBS. A basketball scholarship as well. Anyone playing basketball here? You are, girls. Nice. Have you been playing with the Latvijas Jaunatnes Basketball Liga for the last 5 years? Yes? Cool. Do you have an average grade of 7 in school? Nice. Is your English good? Great. Then you can apply. Then you can apply. This is actually the first year when a girl got the basketball scholarship. Previously, it was just boys. And I don't know if you remember Rolands, who had transferred to BI. OAFA mentioned him. He was actually a scholarship recipient here at RBS. He got the basketball scholarship here. Then he moved to BI for his 3rd year. He got a shipping scholarship. And then, based on his success, he got awarded another scholarship for his master's level. So he could be your role model, maybe, if you get the scholarship. Okay, then there is Learn Business Bootcamp Scholarship, and I see the winner here this year as well. So those of you who study in 10 and 11th grade, you still have an opportunity to get it. So if you don't have any plans for the autumn break next year, so end of September, I think it was end of September or beginning of October. Yeah, beginning of October, yeah. So next year, when you start your school year, you'll have the autumn break. And we invite you to spend the autumn break here with us. You will have 1 week of company visits, lectures, group works, individual works. You will solve a real business problem for, most likely, it's still going to be SEB Bank. So you'll have a very intensive week. You will not have much time for rest, as maybe your other friends will do, but you will invest in your future, and the one best person gets the scholarship for the whole 3 years. And one of them is sitting here.
It was actually, I really encourage you to apply, and it was one of the best week of my life, and I got to meet new people. For example, Andres here, and I actually won an internship opportunity together with Andres as well at the SAB, and I hope to join them this summer. Yeah, so I definitely encourage you to apply.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's true, actually. I had already forgotten about it, but you can only not win a scholarship, but you can win an internship place even before you start studying in a university. So the choice is yours. And starting from last year, we have another opportunity for scholarship, and the students might explain more about it. You will meet them in a second. So we have 50% student union scholarships, but that will be based on your success once you have entered the university. So if you choose to work for student union, and if you have good grades, then they can give you a scholarship. So, but I will leave it to the students to explain more. Any questions about the scholarships? There are some rules to retain the scholarship. Once you receive it, you have to have an average grade of 8 in order to retain it. Also the basketball players. And but to graduate from this university, you have to have an average grade of 7. That is what you have to keep in your mind. Not all universities has this rule. Tuition fees, another important part. So when you study here in RBS, you would have a tuition fee of around 4,000 each year. It gradually increases, but the total sum doesn't change. What we say now is going to be the same. And if you study for the 2 years here and 1 year in BI, you would pay 2 years to us and the last year to them. So this year, the tuition fee is approximately 8.8 thousand, plus the living fees, and the living fees are expected to be around 1,000 per month. It depends on your lifestyle, of course, but approximately 1,000, included housing, of course. And if you want to go to US, you would finish the whole program here, and then you would go there for the 4th year. Any questions on this?
Yes, if you get a scholarship and you want to go to BI or US, do the scholarship covers that, or?
That is a very good question. The scholarship doesn't cover BI tuition fee because those are different schools.
Okay.
Yeah. We are looking forward to introducing new scholarships, so maybe when you get to the point of going to either of those universities, we will already have those scholarships, but not yet.
First, one thing is money never is a problem in education. Keep this in mind. Okay? So if you make and you work and you look for opportunities, someone is going to pay for you, they're going to invest on you. So never money should be your first question when you decide to study. Okay? So that's my first general advice. Now the lady that was here, Paula, she wanted to go to the States. She didn't have the $45,000 that you need for that. So we helped her out. So we found around $25,000 as a grant. Ministry of Education put the other part. So it's all a question of attitude, believe me. So don't go for cheap, okay, in education, okay? Good.
Any more questions on this? Yeah. Scholarship in the United States?
Yeah.
Once you go there, you think? I have no information on this. I would have to check in order to answer. If you approach me later and tell me your name, I could find out and then let you know. Yeah, thank you. Many of students are afraid of loans, but we wouldn't agree on this. Actually, you shouldn't be afraid, because once you finish the school, you actually will be able to pay off the loans since you will have good jobs. That is an option that you can. So many people believe that the money in the future will not be as worth as it now. So you can consider this. And if you are not convinced yet, I invite Claudio for the last slide before you meet the students, which is the fun part, I guess.
So whatever you choose in terms of where you want to study, again, don't put the money issue at the forefront. So remember, doors can be closed at some moment, but don't close them yourself. Okay, go and look for the chance. And I have seen a lot of beautiful stories about that. And the three elements that you are going to present a lot. I'm not sure how many. Maybe the student can actually tell you. But you might have 100 presentations, in a couple of year times here. So imagine, it's a lot of talking in public, and this is why these people, when they are talking, are so confident. And that's not only in business, in all areas of life, being very confident when you speak. That's very important, okay? The second one, it has been talked so much already, I cannot emphasize, okay? But it's so different when you have someone that has gone through an experience like this and is proactive. A lot of people are very reactive. And as a manager in a company or organization, you want people to be proactive, okay? So that they come themselves with the ideas what to do. And this is what we try to help you. And the third one, you have to know how to make money. Because at the end of the day, it's not the most important, we know, but without it, I'm sorry, no way to handle, okay? So we are and this is why finance is very important here as well. But you will see that because of the experience we have, every time we teach you something, we try you to understand what is the consequence on the financial side. Even when we teach you psychology or philosophy, so we will go and try to, you understand the numbers, okay? And why that's important. But now I think we talk a lot, so I think we have to give the floor to whom?
Yeah. Now we will give the floor to the people who will actually bring the colors to your everyday life. The Student Union. Let's invite the Student Union. This is the correct one, right?
Last one. You want to start?
Yep. Clicker.
Yes. Okay. Hi. I really don't like using these microphone things, but I guess we need them. So hi everyone. It's really nice to see so many of you here today. I'm really surprised, and I'm really happy about it. I'm really looking forward to seeing you not only today, but later on in Silicon Valley Challenge. We will meet us there as well, and then later on in bonding camp, and then next year, maybe on September. But right now, here today, we are here to represent the student sides and tell you a little bit more about what students do here in Riga Business School, and especially the Student Union. And my name is Vas. I'm currently the president of the Student Union, and we want to be your best friends starting from today and until the end of your studies. So I already encourage you to ask us the questions while we're presenting, and afterwards when we will meet and have a chat with all of you, hopefully all of you. And yeah, so let's move on. What is Student Union? We see Student Union as all of our students, all of the students that want to make a change, want to leave an impact, want to grow, and want to learn. Because the Student Union is really the place where you can not only use your theoretical knowledge, you can implement your ideas, you can work with other people that you wouldn't work with during the lectures or anything anywhere else. You can change
you can really, really change some things in the school that you don't like, and you can really do anything that is in your mind while you have the willingness and while you are ready to actually do and work and achieve things. And some of the things that I could mention, what the student union does, we create events for our students. So we create the community, the feeling, the student atmosphere. We just prepare you for everything that you might need, other than the theoretical parts that you see in the lectures. We also do have some guest lectures. For example, some guest lectures for Erasmus internship programs and stuff like that, which is also a really interesting part for students to take into account. As I already mentioned, we do work with the culture that is within our school. If our students want a ping pong table, they will have a ping pong table. It's coming, and stuff like that. So this is really something that we do, and we want to really help our students to have their best experience in RBS. We also do help, and as I said, we want to be your best friends, because if you need some kind of help, if you have an issue and you want to change something, just come to the student union boards, come to the members of it, and just say, and we will do it. And that is what we do already. We have some things that we have improved in the study process. We have given a lot of feedback to our like professors and stuff. So that is also a thing that we do. So mainly what the student union does is it represents the needs and the wants and everything else that the students are thinking about and that they need. And although I said that the student union is everyone, we do have a structure though. So the student union consists of two parts. One is the board, which we are here today. This is the board of the student union. And we also have divisions. So each board member represents a division. And each member is a division's head. And each division focuses on some certain things. For example, we have a division that focuses on marketing and PR, and we have a division that focuses on education, but we will continue with that after 2 to 3 minutes. And yes, so who are we? So this is the board, and you will meet them after 2 minutes approximately, and later on when we will have some time to talk and chat. And yeah, as I mentioned, we have 4 divisions that are working in different areas regarding the student life. As I mentioned, I'm the president, and Martha is my vice president. She's my partner in crime. And then later on, we have culture division, we have PR division, education, and external. And let's move on to our board heads. And let's move on to the culture division.
Hi, my name is Elvis, and I'm not sure if this is working, but I'm the head of a culture division. And basically I'm kind of most responsible for the funnest part of the studies, which is the parties of the school. Me and my team create the parties not only where the students have to have fun and drink, but we also create events where we can learn about different cultures and gain knowledge about different board games or different activities that will improve our IQ skills and also our group work. So the current event that we are working on is the lovely Valentine's Day, which is coming up this Thursday. So me and the whole entire student union board and the student union will give love to everyone within our school. And we have the idea of the secret angel who will distribute gifts to our students so all of us feel loved during our midterm exams and during our hard studies. So I have a team of my little minions who always help me organize the events. And I also collaborate with different schools So we have more people, as our school is quite small but extremely friendly. We like to invite other schools to us, and we like to also create events with schools such as Riga Graduate School of Law or Banco Out School. And basically, I also collaborate with the rest of divisions, so PI division and mainly the external division, to make our parties more outstanding and much more fun. So if you have any questions, feel free.
So hey, I'm Laoma, and I'm the head of PR division. So also I work closely with both culture division and external division, because what PR does is we create promotion for all of the events, for everything that happens in school, and not only events but also pretty much everything. If we have a guest lecture, or if there is some special deal, that is what we do on a regular basis. We create sort of like marketing materials, but that is like the biggest part of our work. But we also work with, for example, we had this project called Student Ambassador, where we connected events like Riga Com and Digital Freedom Festival, and we gained the opportunity to connect students with the professionals and to create this kind of a network. So we are also about presenting our students to companies, to other schools, to everyone pretty much. And yes, we work closely, as I said, with all of the events and everything. And yes, we have. I also have a team of little minions. Well, they're bigger than me, but let's call them minions. So yeah.
Hi, I'll take yours. I'm Janis Ozelins, and I am the head of external division. And currently we're working on the Valentine's Day, where we'll distribute the flowers. Oh, now it works. And the next opportunity, we are working on the events, for example, as a foosball tournament. We are currently speaking with the Foosball Federation and Pizza Lulu as well for food example. And then we're thinking about, for example, a beer or something, or for example, I don't know, we can take some juices as well. But the thing is that my job and my team's job, and we're working like a whole unit. We have distributed the jobs in for each event, and we are talking with the sponsors or the big companies right now. And my job and my team's job, for example, you can go there and see one member as well. He's sitting there, Bruno, and we are just responsible for the long-term connections, which can later on come in handy when we, for example, we have something that we actually need, or we want to make an event or invite, for example, the, I don't know, board member from Swedbank or SEB Bank or from Latvian Bank, or I don't know, from different companies. For example, Brown Ormo had come here as well, for example, for the first year lectures, and I'm a first year student as well. So not only second year students get into the board.
And not only girls.
Yeah, but that's pretty much in. I'll be playing foosball upstairs after the lectures. If you feel if you have any questions, you can come and ask me. So.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm head of education division. I want to say that education division is the one that's a little bit different from other divisions, because they mostly work all hand in hand. They have a event, and everyone has to step in it. And education works a little bit differently. We are together a small team, but we are really capable of things. Basically what we do is we try to find some kind of problems or issues that students have when they're studying, or they don't like a specific like a program, like a course program, or anything that comes in mind when we talk about the quality of the education. So we work together, we try to find solutions, and then we work together with Claudio and faculty to get that to get it approved or not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but that's what we learn. And one of the greatest and maybe main things education did last year was there were 2 members working on academic integrity issue, and now they're starting from this school year, September, there is a committee of academic integrity. I'm also an elected member in this committee, and we try to work out the regulations of academic integrity, and also we try to deal with people who sometimes cheat or plagiarize their works. So it is a really meaningful part of the education in RBS, and also this is the way how we see we can improve the quality of it. And for example, this year, the things that we already did was there will be a lot of group works if you come to this school. I hope you come to this school. And it is really great, but sometimes you don't get, you know, that there's maybe a group of 5 people, and maybe that it is similar to how you did like in school, like in high school. When you're working together like 5 people, there's always like one who does more, one who just like, yeah, or one who just doesn't do anything but eventually gets the grade. And that's the things that happen in high school, in university, and maybe also in your workplace. That's inevitable. But the thing, how can we improve it, is that after each group work, there's an evaluation sheet where you can evaluate your group members, you can evaluate yourself. And like this kind of evaluation was, I don't know, maybe for 2 or 3 courses. And now starting from the next school year, we want to implement it as an obligatory thing for all professors to give to the students. So that is the things we are working on daily basis. It is really important, and it brings out the quality. So yeah, thank you.
Hello, I'm really happy to see you all there, and me and Vasma, we just wanted to end this presentation with telling what is the board and what we actually do. So as you can see, the board has many divisions, but our main idea and our main task is to really get this board together and get everything in line, and to make everything happen and make sure that everything really happens. But that is not actually all that we do. Marta will tell you a little bit about our collaborations with other schools. So this year we decided that our school is not only about good community here internally, but also with collaborating with other schools. So for example, RTU University, which is a big friend of ours. So we as a board went to visit this university and thought about different projects that we can do together. And also we have been representatives of Latvia's, being represented in Latvia's Student Apvienība, which is like the big student union of Latvia, which fights for the rights of all students. And for you as RBS students, you have also opportunity to take part in bigger projects, not only in RBS, but also where you can collaborate with students from other universities, which for me personally was a really important factor, because I believe that small community that we have here is really great, but we should also give our knowledge and opportunities to other people. And overall, one of the main important reasons why if you decide to, hopefully, decide to come to this school, you should join the student union, is that probably you will quite early have internship opportunities in various companies, but in those companies you don't have an opportunity as the first-year student or as a second-year student to see the management side of it. And in the student union you have opportunity to try various things, to try how is it to organize event, to try how is it to lead some project group, and for example also try to join some projects that you don't even know anything of. So thank you that you all have already come here, and hopefully you will be really active and challenge yourself. Yeah, and some things that maybe were mentioned previously and we didn't touch is the student union scholarship, which we do have, and we have 5 places each semester for it. And it is a scholarship that every one of you can earn if you are an active member of the student union. Yes, for example, you do really actively in making I don't know, an event or posters or anything else. If we see your contribution, we are really welcome to give you the scholarship, because we want to reward our students for their hard work, because it's not just that you get from the student union, that you have like this experience and all of that, but we really feel that we have to reward our students that are really hardworking and working towards the community. Therefore, there are options for regarding the student union for you to get some kind of a scholarship possibility. And also the thing that the presidential couple does is that we represent both the student union and the students in the event that was previously mentioned by the 3 Paulas, which is the networking dinner that we are hardly working on right now, and which will be coming up soon. So that is also a really great event to take part in. And to sum it all up, to sum the theoretical and not the fun parts of it all up, the student union and Riga Business School in general is like a place where you don't have to like focus just on the theory or just on the practice. It's the best of both worlds. So for example, you learn something in accounting, then later on you get an internship place, and then later on you see that it works out together. And it's the same thing for the student union. You learn something in marketing, then later on you can move on to the PR division, and then later on you make an amazing poster, make an amazing Facebook advertisement, and or you learn something in strategy, and then you go to the external division, and then you work out with other companies and build brands, build student union strategy. So it's beyond everything that you might expect. But as I think all of the speakers today mentioned, the student union is the fun part, and it is because I know that we all do love Kahoot, right?
So as you have all day listened, now it's time to do something yourselves. So does everyone have an internet connection available? So if you don't have, then you can just connect with the RBS.
Okay, do you know the Wi-Fi? Do you know the Wi-Fi? Yes or no? No. So you can use the Wi-Fi that's called RBS, and the username is students, and the password is 55555. 5 5s. Let's wait for the pin. Is the Wi-Fi working? Or if you don't have Wi-Fi, is everything clear? So does anyone need an explanation what is Kahoot?
Probably you all know that you have to type in Google Kahoot, and then you can write this code there.
Can we turn on the fun music? No? Okay. Okay. So we will see how carefully you have listened today, and maybe if you're just really extremely lucky. So we will see, and yeah, and after this, that will be it. We will meet for some refreshments. Okay, it's a green light from Claudio. So that will be there. Really, yes, the music is back on. Don't you just love the music of Kahoots? Yeah.
So you have 12 questions and 20 seconds to answer each. Okay, is there anyone who hasn't signed up yet? Okay.
No, you can.
What is not working?
Well, if Elsa wins, no, if Elsa doesn't win, there's something suspicious then. Yes. Okay, is everyone ready? No? Okay, let's wait. Let's listen to the music a little bit more. Do you have any questions? divisions for the student union? You can ask whatever. No? Okay. I know. That's why we're ending with the Kahoot. Okay. So is everyone there? Is it now working? And the winners will get something really delicious. If that is not an added bonus or something, I don't know what is. Okay. Okay, so then we can start, right? I think the music has to be a little bit louder. Yeah. Okay. Ready, steady? How many divisions are there in the student union? We talked about it. Wow. How many people do we have? So it's 4. We are 6 here today, but this is we're not a division. So those are the divisions. Yes. So moving on. Laura, congrats. Which division is not part of the student union? Okay, it looks like you all listened really carefully. Okay, who are the members of the RBS student union? Like in general, people who are. This may be a tough one. So yes, as we mentioned, every member of the RBS is a member of the student union. However, we have some more active and some less active people, and you can briefly. We just want to really encourage everyone that they can participate in every single division that they want to. And they don't have to just officially sign up or apply for a division. Whenever you're ready to do something and you want to participate and be active, you can just freely go to the division and do. So you're already in the student union and no application needed. Again, Laura. Who's Laura? Who's Laura? No? No? Oh, Laura here. So which one of the divisions made this most? What do you think? Which division is it? Okay, so the PR division is one responsible for making posters and being as a marketing committee for us. But yes, but we don't have social media division. It's yes. Laura again. Come on, who's Laura? Yes. Nice job. What is the name of this auditorium that you are in? Maybe you saw it on the door. If you're really you have to be clever about this because the answer is right behind you. Come on, guys. It's written there. Well, too bad. Yeah, it's the alumni auditorium. Who is the wealthiest person in the world? Okay, so almost the biggest part got it right. So we have a new leader. Who's Paola? Congrats, Paola. Laura, where are you? So when was the famous toy yo-yo invented? Probably you all had it in the childhood. Or not?
famous toy was invented in ancient Greece, and already in those times people played with it. So, which was the first company that issued the years and so this is the type of knowledge you would probably get when you study RBS. This is actually one of the questions that was in, I think, one of our quizzes in the firm lectures. Yes, probably. So yeah, that is actually a question from the quizzes that we are having. Which company from Latvia was listed in Nasdaq exchange in 2017? Quite famous company, quite known. Maybe girls will know it better. Maybe. Yes, correct. What is the stakeholder? This is another question from a quiz that we had last year. So this is legitimate RBS knowledge. Yes, so stakeholder is any party that has an interest in the company. You will learn more about it on RBS.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the blue option. Someone who No, it's not that. It's not that. So this is the last one, I think. Oh no, it's too last.
Which company's first logo is it? You can notice something in the logo that's somehow related to the company now. This is from the marketing course. Yeah, we studied about this in the marketing. So yes, actually it's Apple logo. You could see that there is a little apple falling there. And now a little bit final math question. For those three that didn't answer correctly, well, as we previously mentioned, like as Claudia previously mentioned, we're not testing just your math skills. The Silicon Valley challenge is for the rest, so if you're bad at math, well, you know, you can kind of weigh that out. So Paula, Lelda, and Andres. Who are those?
Who are you?
Come here. Please come here. All three of you. Who's Andres? So who is Paula? Congratulations. We can give her a big round of applause to them. And as you can see, those are all potential students, not Elsa from faculty, for example. So, you know, so yeah. Thank you guys, and that is it from us today. If you have any questions, you can ask us those now or in later on in the informal parts of the event. Yes, now, which will be now. Thank you.
Okay, there is a, if you want to play with this man in the second floor, so you can go and play.
After, of course, everything is in.
Okay, well, now it's... Elsa? We are concluding or what?
Yes, the official part is over. Let's go for snacks.
Guys, I have to... Personally, I have to leave because I have to deliver a speech in 1 hour in Turayda. Wish me luck with driving. So I have to get there. So, but it was a pleasure to meet you. So I won't be able now to be with you, unfortunately, okay? But if you have any question to me as well, so you can reach me, okay? So at any point, okay? So, but thank you very much for coming, by the way, and being with us 3 hours, okay? Thank you very much.
You can feel free to go there for snacks and feel free to approach us for questions. You can leave these on your table or give it to Marita on your way out.